Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm going to share with you a dream I had about Donald Trump. In this dream, I had walked into a building. I go to a break station. I start getting myself some coffee. A man starts talking. I turn around. It's Donald Trump, reclining in a recliner chair in the lobby. He starts telling me, he says, "Do you like what I did with the living room?" And I looked around and said, "Yeah, I could see some nice couches and, lamp, a whole living room setting type of thing." And I said, "Yeah, it's very nice." He said, "I'm planning on doing this." Donald Trump tells you, "I'm planning on doing this for the other buildings." And I said, "Okay, that's very nice." I told him that. So in this dream I had this dream because I was asleep in front of the TV set. And I could hear Donald Trump, the president, talking in the background. This is not a spiritual dream. Now I'm going to share with you a real testimony that really happened to me. On November 5th, 1987, I was assaulted by a friend. And when you're younger, we have a tendency to meet people that are crazy, absolutely crazy. And I found this out later, when he was trying to kill me. He had his hands around my throat. He was strangling me. And so I'm going to tell you something about this. As he was strangling me, I'm yelling out to Jesus Christ. Peripherally, when I said Jesus, I could see 4 huge dogs, Alaskan Malamutes. Alaskan Malamutes are very large dogs. They were running toward us as he was strangling me on the ground. These dogs chased a past friend, I could call him an old friend, up the bleachers all the way to the top. And those dogs were smart. They detained him there all the way at the top of the bleachers. He was afraid of those dogs. They were going to tear him up. 4 men were walking behind these dogs, and they were dressed in lumberjack attire. And I say lumberjack attire, they had the flannel shirt, the jeans tucked into the laced-up boots. Nobody dresses like that in the city. I live in the city here in California. Nobody dresses like that. I don't live in the forest. This is something that somebody would wear in the forest. But they were dressed like this. I believe with all my heart these are angels. They had a very calm demeanor about them. I was able to get up and dust myself off. This guy was able to dust himself off and go home finally. They pretty much de-escalated the situation, these angels. Made the guy go away. And I was able to go on my own as well. My confirmation about these angels was when I watched an angelic documentary about angels. And this lady was talking about her husband dying from cancer. And he was being visited by angels because they were going to take him. They were not going to heal him. And he was going to do some work in heaven. So heaven is a real place. In this documentary, she said one night she was looking for him, and she found him in another room and saw this angel talking to her husband. She'd never seen the angel talking to him, but this angel had the bluest eyes she has ever seen. And he was dressed in lumberjack clothing. He had the flannel shirt. He had the jeans tucked into the laced-up boots. She said, "I have never seen anybody dressed like that." That was my confirmation that my angels were like her angels. Those are real angels. So it goes to say that Romans chapter 10, verse 13, "For whoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." I take that literally. Call on the name of the Lord We're living in the end times. We shall be saved. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. That's my testimony. Have a nice day.